MVP. Golf swung, right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. Drive. It's tied. Seager smashes the ball down line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field, way back there. Shot again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you in the 8th inning of a 6-0 ball game. Good guys ahead. Rangers up on the Orioles. Thanks in large part to a 3-run blast by Marcus Semien. And, of course, we had some other additions to the score as well. Ezekiel Duran coming through with a clutch 2-out RBI single. Or was it a double? One of the two. Corey Seager adds another solo shot. I think that's 4 homers in 6 or 7 days for Corey. I think we can definitely say the man is on a heater. It's a great day to be a Texas Rangers fan. Nathan Eovaldi was excellent. We're going to cover it all here on the show over the next hour or so. It's going to be great. Rangers on their way to winning 6 out of their last 8 series. Like we talked about on previous shows, it doesn't necessarily feel like it, but here we are. Rangers again. If they win tonight, and I feel like the chances are pretty solid that that is going to happen, they will have won 6 of their last 8 series. Just doesn't feel like it, but here we are. Rangers with an opportunity to crawl within 1 game of 500 before they head into an off day, and then a lengthy road trip out on the West Coast, culminating with the Silver Boot Series in Houston before the All-Star break. Here Right on Rangers, y'all know the drill. We cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on all of the Texas teams that we love, including the Rangers and especially the Rangers during MLB season. Thank you for choosing Right on Rangers. For all of your Texas Rangers content, drop a comment, drop a question. Once the game's over, we'll definitely be able to be a lot more locked in on those. We're going to bring you some play-by-play, some color commentary as we finish out the bottom of the 8th and the 9th inning. Right now, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, Duran up. Ezekiel Duran, 1 for 3 on the night. Again, had a big RBI, a big 2 RBI hit. Clutch, man, after it looked like the Rangers were going to once again waste a prime scoring opportunity in the bottom of the 4th. Texas had runners on 2nd and 3rd, and they had nobody out. And you had a couple of really quick outs, ugly from Jake Berger and then from McKinney. Looked like Texas was going to waste 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And then Zeke Duran comes through with the clutch 2-out RBI single to make it 5-0. He strikes out here to end the inning, so we're heading to the top of the 9th. But good to see Zeke Duran playing well and clutching up when needed. Absolutely. Playing third base, of course, big news. Josh Young getting demoted to AAA. We said on the show time and time again over the past week or so, it needed to happen. Needed to happen, and it did happen. I think Josh is still a huge part of the future. Definitely am not souring on him long term, but in the short term, I do think that this was the best decision for the organization. And look, it's panned out pretty well tonight. We'll see how it goes over the next week and a half. I would anticipate Josh probably going to be out until after the All-Star break, probably going to be down in Round Rock until the All-Star game has come and gone. That would be my best guess, barring any kind of, major injury or something catastrophic. I think he'll be down there for at least the next couple of weeks. And then hopefully after All-Star break, assuming he's done well down at Round Rock, good attitude, good effort, all that good stuff, I really think that you are going to hopefully be able to see a turnaround. Jake Berger, it worked well for him in the short term. Berger tonight, struggling a little bit, but I think you could expect him to be maybe a little rusty after a few weeks off. Only got one game, I think, under his belt down in the minor leagues on the rehab stint. So here we go. We'll see what happens with Josh Young. Obviously, we're pulling for him. We wish him nothing but the best. 2023 All-Star Game starter, 2023 World Series champion, Texas boy, Texas Tech, San Antonio, all that stuff, man. We want him to succeed. Osuna, man, he almost makes a nice play, has to put on the brakes and slide here. Gunnar Henderson's going to have a stand-up ground rule double. Osuna's played a nice center field today. I really do like what I'm seeing from Osuna out there in the outfield. Man, I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun watching Osuna tonight, watching him over the past couple of nights. Definitely becoming one of my favorites. And I wonder what they're going to do with Osuna when Wyatt Langford comes back and Evan Carter returns from the bereavement list. It's going to get really, really interesting. Now you've got Adolis Garcia killing it. There's a lot of different angles to take here. We're really going to try and unpack as much as we can. It is a loaded show. Brian, Austin, what's good? Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate seeing you. And yeah, it's always good when the good guys have a lead. And hopefully when the good guys get a win here. Top of the ninth, again, 6-0. Gunnar Henderson just hit a ground rule double. So runner on second, nobody out. Dane Dunning trying to wear one tonight and trying to totally get this thing solved, figured out. So that way we don't have to use any other bullpen pieces. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. Oh, man, let's keep things going. Let's keep things rolling. So at this point, look, I definitely have seen it work the other way, Austin. There have been times where we have made a video about somebody and it hasn't gone so well. It just so happened to work out well with Osuna, man. We put out a video on him a few hours before the game and basically say, look, this guy is on the rise. The advanced stats tell a much different story than what he's got going on with the current slash line hitting under 200. This guy has some elite numbers. If you look at Baseball Savant, had his first major league home run last night, plays a great outfield, left field, right field, center field, put him anywhere, has a plus arm, has plus speed. There's a lot to like about Alejandro Osuna. Really sees the ball well, great plate discipline, the whiff rate, the chase rate, it's all very, very low. I mean, he is the guy that a lot of us Texas Rangers fans clamor for, kind of the antithesis of a lot of the other guys that we have on the team. We've got a lot of guys on the team right now that are big hit guys. Marcus Semien, you got also, obviously, Corey Seager, free swingers as well, aggressive swingers. And we've all kind of said you want a little bit more of the Osuna types, a little bit more of the Josh Smith types, guys that put the ball in play, that work the counts. And I think that Osuna, it might be a tough luck out when all these guys come back from injury. I'd really love to see them try and find a creative way to continue to get him playing time. I don't know what that looks like. Initially, it might look like him being in that DH outfield rotation. I think you could absolutely rotate the outfielders through the DH spot. Wyatt's DH for a day, Dolly DHs a day, Evan Carter DHs a day, and you kind of have this four-man rotation. That's what I would like to really see happen with the outfield core right now. I think those four guys, it's really hard, I think, to take all of them out of the lineup, out of an everyday role. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if you're going to see it all play out perfectly this weekend in San Diego, but initially, with Josh Young out, I'd really like to see them use the DH spot on a fourth outfielder so Osuna, Carter, Langford, Dolly can all continue to get playing time. You've been doing the DH with the catchers, right? You've been doing Heim and Higgy both play. Berger can play first. You can get Josh Smith playing third base. Duran can take a seat. I know he had a big hit today. Would really like to see Osuna continue to get every day, or partially. I mean, look, I know he sits against lefties, mostly everyday ABs. That would be my strong preference. We keep going. Chase, you're on to something. No Young, no Higgy in the lineup, and things have been going pretty well. Yikes. We keep going. What do I make about Pilar's comments? Let me get to Pilar's comments. Look, a big text to answer your question. And guys, I'm sorry on TikTok. Appreciate y'all being patient. Not ducking anything. Just getting through our opener of the show, and we'll make sure we get to comments. Feel free to copy and paste again. Game is at 2 outs right now. Runner on third. Shutout still intact. Come on, Dane. Keep the 0 up there on the board. Let's go, baby. Fans on their feet right now. We're looking good tonight. I agree. I would rather keep Osuna. I love Swaggerty. I think there's a world where you can probably keep Swaggerty on the bench. But I think with how Osuna's been playing, clearly you want Wyatt continuing to get ABs. You want Carter. You want Doley in the lineup with how well Doley's swinging the bat. So I think Swaggerty might be the odd man out at this point. Maybe still a guy that you can keep on the bench for depth, but I think he's probably going to be odd man out. I think you got to give Osuna playing time over Swaggerty at this point. Another foul ball here, 2-2-2. We're going to get to Kevin Pillar here in just a second. Here's what I kind of make initially of Kevin Pillar's comments. If you're not informed on this, Pillar basically came out today. He was on the Foul Territory show. It's a great show. I love the show. Longtime follower of that show. Really like all those guys. But they got Kevin Pillar on the show today. His retirement was announced, I believe, officially today. Kevin Pillar has not been a member of the Rangers for probably about a month now, right? I don't know if I'm getting that right, but it's actually been quite a while since we DFA'd him. Maybe not quite a month, but something close to it. Another foul ball, man. Dane is having a tough time getting Cowser out, but you got 6 runs to work with. I'm sure he'll get the job done. I find the timing of the Pillar comments to just not be right. I think Pillar is entitled to say whatever he wants to say, but I don't find the timing to be ideal. You're right in the middle of a season. These are guys you just went to battle with weeks ago. I just don't feel like it's appropriate to throw your teammates under the bus right in the middle of the year. And I thought Chris Young handled it really well. We like Kevin. We appreciate what he brought to the organization. He was probably just caught in the moment in a show. I don't think CY probably loved the comments. Cowser's going to fly out here. Rangers win, baby. Oh, good to be back in the win column. Good to win another series. Rangers have now won 6 of their last 8. Nate Eovaldi gets the win. Dane Dunning's going to get a save here. It's a beautiful thing. Cue the I Like Texas music. Rangers go into the off day on a high note. After a tough Monday night series loss, they're going to get a good day off here on Thursday after all these extra inning games. And now you get to go out to the West Coast, San Diego, LA. You finish it up in Houston, and then you hopefully ride high into the All-Star break. Good day to be a Rangers fan, man. Great day. All right, back to Pillar, though. It does come off salty, man. You got DFA'd by the team. You're on a podcast, middle of the year, yakking about the individualistic nature of the Rangers. And really, what people need to understand, and I saw a lot of different things getting thrown around, by all accounts, this is how the club was. Even in 2023, a lot of guys would do their own thing. Yeah, they bonded over creed and different stuff like that, different silly stuff like that. But this team has always been a little individualistic, right? You've always had guys with their own routines, with their own regimens. But to kind of paint the picture that this is a team of individuals and they don't have any cohesiveness, I just don't find that to be accurate. Do I feel like the team lacks a little bit of vocal leadership at times? Yes, I do. And I think a lot of people would say that, right? ZG, appreciate the gift. I know a couple other people have given gifts as well on the show. I want to say thank you so much. Pillar basically said it's kind of a team of individuals, right? And he was kind of expecting a little bit of a different vibe. Now, I did also hear and kind of some clapping back going on from some different outlets that cover the Rangers, that it's not like Pilar was Mr. Social himself going out of his way to forge connections. So I did hear that a little bit. Again, who knows how true all this is, but I didn't love the timing. Again, it comes off salty, comes off like sour grapes. You got DFA'd by the club, and now you're doing a tell-all. Like, if you want to share your side, do it after the season. Do it, a year removed, whatever the case may be, while the guys are still playing and grinding in 2025. I just didn't find it appropriate. Clearly, it's a free country. Say whatever you want, but I don't think it's a great look for Kevin. Just retire. Just make it about your career, man, right? Make it about your career, everything you've accomplished. When they asked that question, the appropriate response would have been 1,000%. Hey, you know what? I wish all those guys the best. I enjoyed my time there. Bochy, great, legendary manager, a lot of great players. Didn't work out, but I'm rooting for him. And then, you know what? Later on down the road, if you want to come out with your version or your side, great. But didn't think it was the right time. All right, that's my Kevin Pilar take. I'm sure a few people coming into the show will ask about it more and more, but didn't love it. Didn't love it. He can say whatever he wants, right? I mean, again, Raul, totally with you. Bro can say whatever he wants. I'm just telling you, if it was me, what I would have done, I would have probably kept my mouth shut, gone high road, and then later on, a year or two removed, if you want to kind of give your version, great. Go ahead and do it. He's going to be a guy that I'm sure people want to talk to. I just didn't find it appropriate right in the middle of the season, but it is what it is. Hey, appreciate the comment, man. Thank you so much. Look, Billy McKinney, I don't think he's going to be around too much, Austin, but hey, you know what? It's a cool story. Guy grew up cheering for the Rangers. I don't think McKinney is probably going to be holding down the fort too much longer in Arlington, but what a cool opportunity for him. You got the Osuna nickname, El Comador. I like it. El Comadre. I read that wrong. El Comadre. There you go. Hey, look, I've heard a few different nicknames get thrown around. He needs a nickname. Bro needs a good nickname. Seriously. I love it. He needs a good nickname. Maybe the comments, Connor, will be the spark we need. That is an interesting take. I think everybody heard it. I thought it was interesting. CY, when he got asked about it, dude had heard it and listened to it already. I'm sure, it's so hard. These guys try and pretend like they're not on social media, and they are. I'm not saying I'm not going to go as far as to say some of those guys have probably seen the work I do here at the show, but those guys are all on social media. They know what's going on. There's a few of them that maybe aren't, but a lot of them are. A lot of them get on X. A lot of them get on TikTok, man, and they hear. So I just got to say, I hope you're right. I hope you're right that it is a fire under everybody to get them going. All right, we keep rolling. Yes, Austin, I did know that Baxic is the one that gave up the Bonds homer. Infamy. But you know what? Look, he's a good sport about it. He definitely is. I don't know if there's any Rangers in the All-Star game. I think that we're definitely going to see DeGrom get named an All-Star. I think Hobie Milner should be an All-Star as well. This game is for Kevin Pilar. McJowers, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, this is going to – Chase, I said that last night. This 10-game roadie, we're about to go on. Padres, Angels, Astros. It's going to be a big, big factor in what we do at the trade deadline. It might really direct the course of our season. I'm totally with you. Austin, yeah, agreed. Pilar, look, it's not like Pilar killed it when he was here. We brought him in to hit lefties well. He really didn't make that big of an impact. He made some nice plays out in the outfield. I don't think Kevin Pilar is going to be remembered big time as a Texas Ranger. Keep going. Look, I have thought about it. The question is, have I ever thought about talking more than just the Rangers? I definitely could. I've kind of narrowed it in a little bit more. Rangers are the team that I love. I think there might be an opportunity down the road, I really do, to talk maybe more than just Rangers eventually one day. I don't close any doors. Rangers are always going to have a special place for me. Look, I take this as a compliment, and I really appreciate it. Look, I'm willing to talk baseball, any team, really any time. You don't see me shy away. I mean, I'll be honest and say, look, I don't have a strong opinion one way or another, or I'm not informed enough. But absolutely, I love talking ball in general. Maybe one day the door will open to something bigger. But my strategy with this channel has kind of been this: I want to tap into what I love and what I'm passionate about, and that's Texas Rangers baseball. And I do love baseball in general. I love keeping up with all the other teams around the league, but there'll be a day maybe where I can open things up a little bit more, but I'm going to build a good foundation here, do the best job I can where my feet are planted. Rangers Nation, I mean, I'm not going to be going anywhere else or covering any other team. Let me put it to you that way. But might the show expand one day to cover some more diverse topics? 100%. I could see that happening. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, look, Austin, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I could see, though, guys, I'm a one-man show right now. Maybe down the road, I get a couple people helping me out. Maybe I get somebody to help me produce things here at the show. Maybe we can get a little bit better with the segments and we can cover more topics around the league. I think that'd be cool. But for right now, I love doing what I'm doing, just talking Rangers baseball. It's great. We keep going. Antonio, love the nickname, brother. Love the nickname. I want to see something stick. Something's got to stick with this guy. He's just got too much moxie, too much swag, too much pizzazz. Insert whatever adjective you want. Dude's got it. I want to see him stay in the lineup. I want to see this man playing live out in San Diego. I want to see Osuna in his rookie year, man. I want to see it. I want to see this guy stay in. JJ, what's good, man? Great win for Evo. I agree. Lineup's looking pretty good tonight besides Berger. Yeah, look, Berg is a little rusty. And he did not do himself a lot of favors with the strikeout on a pitch a foot above the zone with less than 2 outs and runners on second and third, man. What do I think of Evo? Looked a lot more locked in today, did Nate Eovaldi. Looked a ton more locked in. I really liked what I saw from him today. The Orioles aren't a great squad, but I was looking at Evo's career numbers against Baltimore, and there were some guys in this lineup that had hit Evo pretty well. We were talking about it on the show last night, right? So I kind of had a little bit of, cautious optimism. This would be a better start, but looking at the numbers, I said to myself, there could be some guys that maybe hit Evo a little hard tonight, but he really locked down this Orioles offense 1 through 9, and there were some great defensive plays. Marcus Semien had a number of them. It's great to see. They're interviewing him right now post-game. Semien with a huge home run. Man, again, said it on the show last night. Semien is just like, I think, quietly continuing to just be elite over the past 6 weeks. I feel like we've kind of expected it from Semien now at this point, so it's not talked about a ton. This guy is having a legendary type 5 or 6 weeks here. We read the numbers out loud. I mean, this is an outstanding run that Marcus Semien is on right now. Evo, though, feel really good about him. Maybe, I don't think I'm going to see him this weekend. Oh, I surely hope I get to see DeGrom. I don't know if it's going to work out, y'all. I would love to see DeGrom this weekend. I don't think it's going to work. I think we narrowed it down. I'll be at the Saturday game. So Friday we'll do a show. Saturday will be kind of a weird show. I'm not going to do a show on Sunday. I'll be traveling. We should be back Monday night for the first game of the Angels series, just so you know. No show on Sunday. So we won't be closing out the Padres series, one of the only times this year. But we'll do an extended show tomorrow night or Friday night. Short show on Saturday live from Petco. That's going to be the plan. And then Sunday, off day for us. We'll be doing family stuff, hanging out in San Diego, having a great time. And then we'll be back for Monday night, Angels, first game. Should be fun. Let's see. But who is going to pitch on Saturday? Do they have a starter named yet? Is there a starter named yet for Saturday? Leiter. Okay, I'm going to get to see Jack Leiter on Saturday. I'm excited about this, man. Looks like DeGrom is not going to be throwing until the Angels series. So DeGrom is probably going to be Monday night Angels. Corbin is throwing Sunday night. And then Friday, is it Rocker on Friday? Rocker on Friday. So it's Rocker, Leiter, Corbin against San Diego. So I'm going to enjoy watching Jack. That's going to be a lot of fun. Man, I got to catch up. You guys are awesome with the comments today. You guys are bringing the heat. I love it. Yeah, John, Young sent down. We've been talking about it forever. It definitely needed to happen. Brian, I have no idea what this club is turning into, man. What are we doing scoring this many runs over the course of 2 games? They were supposed to come out and score like 1 or 2 today based on the track record. These guys come out and they just hammered the Orioles back-to-back days. You love to see it. Antonio, I'm kind of with you on this. I think 6 out of 10 on this next 10-game road trip is a really good number, right? 6 out of 10. If you can go 6-4, and what does that look like, right? What does that look like? I think what it looks like is you win the series in San Diego. You win 2 out of 4 in LA. And look, if you get beat in San Diego, you got to win 3 out of 4 in LA. But if you win 2 out of 3 in San Diego, you only have to win 2 out of 4 and then win 2 out of 4 in Houston. Win 2 out of 4 in Houston. That's kind of what it looks like. You could drop a series on this road trip and still be all right, but you're going to have to either sweep Houston if you lose this San Diego series, or you're going to have to win 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4 in LA. It could happen, but LA's got a pretty good little squad this year. They're not pushovers, man. They're not pushovers. We keep going. Yeah, I think they are lining it up, Ben. They're lining it up for Evo and DeGrom to pitch in that Houston series, which I love. You've got to get DeGrom and Evo pitching against Houston in the Silver Boot, and I think they're lining it up perfectly for that. DeGrom should pitch Monday and then probably pitch Saturday in Houston. Evo should pitch Tuesday in LA, and then he should probably pitch Sunday in Houston. So I love that. You got DeGrom Saturday in Houston. You got Evo Sunday in Houston to close out the first half. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful setup that they've done. It really is. Keep going here. Hey, look, we'll see what happens. I will say this. We get a lot of fans coming in from different teams. We really do. Could be bigger, absolutely, but I like the direction we're going. Look, it's hard to argue with the stats, and you guys know I don't do a ton of bragging here on the show. We try to keep it pretty humble. We definitely give off as much confidence as we can with our takes. You can't be meek in this business, but I will say this. We are growing over 1,000 followers a month. It's Rangers fans. It's fans of other teams as well. I hear from a lot of different people from all across the baseball world. So I like what we're doing here. We'll see where it goes, though, one day. Let's see. Do I think Duran and Smith are duo utility men? Jerry, I don't see Duran continuing to play a huge role. I think he is going to probably find himself on the bench more often than not. Let me get to something on TikTok here. Opinions on who you think will get in a return for Garcia? I have always said, I think with Dolly, it would be nice to get some kind of controllable arm back. Think what you did with Nate Lowe. You traded Nate Lowe directly for Robert Garcia, a controllable, quality arm, an up-and-coming arm. I could see them doing something similar with Adolis, getting a controllable, major league-ready style arm. Maybe they package him with some prospects to get something bigger. I could see both ways. But time will tell. They very well might keep Adolis through the end of the season, and that makes sense. That makes sense. I think at this point, you can make an argument to keep him if Texas is playing well, but you trade him in the offseason. There's no way you should start with Adolis Garcia as your starting right fielder in 2026. Baseball malpractice. You've got to get value out of him. You're not re-signing him. You've got to trade him either at this deadline or in the offseason. We keep going. What do I think Rangers are going to do with Osuna? Kaysen, appreciate the comment. Hopefully I'm getting to some of the comments on TikTok. I'm trying, y'all. We got a lot going on right now. We're not ducking anybody, but we are a lot of comments heavy tonight, so bear with me. Please feel free to copy and paste. I'm going to get to as much stuff as I can. I think that Osuna should be in the 4-man rotation. I think that you rotate the 4 outfielders and you have one of the 4 outfielders DH and you rotate them in every 4th day. They DH basically. So what I'm saying is Wyatt, Evan, Dolly, and then you've got Alejandro. I think those are your 4 guys, and I think you roll those guys through the DH spot every 4th day, and you have them play the field 3 out of 4 days. I think that would be my big plan, man. I don't think you have to overthink it. You've been going dual catcher in your lineup. Higgy and Heim, catcher, DH. Give that DH spot to one of those 4 outfielders. It's going to work out where they don't play every day because you're going to platoon Evan Carter against lefties. You're probably going to platoon Osuna. So you know what? When that happens, then you can give a DH day to Josh Smith because they don't usually take Josh Smith out of the lineup. So there's going to be opportunities to still DH Josh Smith and Berger and some of these other guys. But that's what I would be doing for now. That's what I'd be doing for now. I would love that, man. 10-game win streak incoming. Antonio, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm with you here. Love the Azul. I'm with you. Like, the Angels are not going to be a rollover series. We do usually play decent against LA. That is not going to be a cakewalk. Here's what I love about the LA series. You've got DeGrom and Evo going Monday and Tuesday. You should win at least 2 games. DeGrom is Monday, Evo's Tuesday. You should win at least 2 games in that LA series. You should win at least 2. So that's what I like. And then you've got Houston series, Silver Boot. And you've got DeGrom and Evo probably throwing in that series as well. I hope Patrick Corbin cooks the Astros one last time. Of course, Corbin, back in 2019 in Game 7 of the 2019 World Series, shut down the Astros. I hope to see it again. I hope to see it again. What do you do when Peterson comes back? That's going to be tough. I don't know when Jacques coming back. I wonder if they're going to hold him out after the All-Star break. Maybe he comes back before the All-Star break. I kind of wonder, though, do you just hold Jock out? You have him do his rehab, all that stuff. I wonder what is going to happen after the All-Star break, though. They're going to have some tough decisions to make. They really are. They really are. I don't know what they're going to do with Jock in the offseason. I think they are going to give him a chance, obviously, to earn his $17.5 million or his $18.5 million per year salary. I kind of think they keep him out until after the All-Star break. Let him do the rehab, work his way back slowly. You kind of got a good rhythm right now. Really no reason to rush Jock back. Maybe he makes an appearance in the Houston series, but I kind of wonder if Jock stays out until after the All-Star break. Antonio, I think Corbin gets traded as well, for sure. Okay, I'm caught up on TikTok, or excuse me, on YouTube. I'm going to turn my attention to TikTok a little bit here. Brian, you might be onto something, although John Gray, I think, is coming back, and he'll probably be back after the All-Star break. So you've got a little bit of reinforcements there. Remember, you've still got Latz, who you might continue to use as a starting pitcher. So we will see what they decide to do with Patrick Corbin. I agree. It's going to be interesting. Yes, I did. I think I sent y'all that link. I know it was super late night, but I sent y'all that link, Chase, in the Discord. Talking Yanks was saying, is Josh Young kind of a potential change of scenery guy that the Yankees could pursue at the trade deadline? Hey, I would probably say pick up the phone because we've low-key fleeced the Yankees. Like, think about the Gallo trade. Like, we have kind of fleeced the Yankees in trades. So I'm kind of here for it. Pick up the phone and see what they're willing to give you for Josh Young. I'm not saying trade him at all costs, but I am saying pick up the phone if they call on Josh Young. Because you fleeced them in the Gallo trade. You got Duran, you got Josh Smith, you got a couple of other little pieces. I definitely think you got to listen. I don't think there's really a whole lot of guys on the Rangers that you don't listen to. You're going to have your limits with guys with no trade clauses, but I think you listen to quite a few, see what they're willing to give you. Clearly, if you're locked into a playoff spot, you're not going to be trading away everybody on the team. But look, as a GM, as a president of baseball operations, you got to listen. You got to listen to see what teams are willing to give you. I don't know if he could handle New York either. I actually think not. I don't think that they are going to make John Gray the closer. I don't think Gray is going to be the closer. By the way, TikTok, this is your time, man. If I missed your comment, please comment again. Sorry to make you type a few different times. Some of y'all have probably posted the same thing a couple times, so I want to get to the TikTok comments here. YouTube, just hang tight. Y'all can definitely be a part of the conversation for sure. Just give me a second here. Who would we get from the Yankees? They didn't really talk about it. I think they were just throwing out names like guys who we could go get. It was really half-baked, so I don't know who we would go and get. I don't know who we would be getting in return for Josh Young if we traded him to New York. Talking Yanks was totally just kind of half-baked, throwing it out. Yeah, he did great. I'm not saying John Gray wouldn't be good in the bullpen. Don't get me wrong. I just think that they're going to look to get him back as a starter. There are some realities with John Gray, and money's not everything, but you're paying John Gray a lot of money to be a closer, man. You're paying him $13 million a year. I kind of feel like with his starting experience, they're going to want to make him a starting pitcher. I think they're going to want to get him back into the starting rotation. And we'll see what they do with Rocker. I think Rocker, if he continues to have some good starts, it's going to get tougher and tougher to make these calls. If Rocker is not pitching so well, I think it's going to be an easy call to send him back to Round Rock. We'll see what happens. Goodman from the Rockies would be a dream. Goodman is having a great year for Colorado. That would be a splash. I don't know how willing they're going to be to sell the farm for a catcher, though, when you've got Malcolm Moore in the pipeline. Probably a guy that should be ready in 2027. I'm just not sure, y'all. I'm just not sure. I do think, Antonio, I'm with you. The Josh Young situation, it does hurt in the short term. I think Josh Young is going to be back with the club at some point after the All-Star break. I would be really surprised if he wasn't. Really surprised. What arms should we go after? Well, there's a few different names, right? Look, Dennis Santana, I thought was a great one that we mentioned on the show last night from the Pirates, a guy that was in the Rangers organization, having a really good season with Pittsburgh. Maybe he's a guy. I don't think you go after top names in the game. I think you go after guys like Dennis Santana in that same vein that aren't household names, but are having really good years, and you hope that they can continue it in Arlington. So I don't have a lot of names that I'm going to throw your way tonight because, look, it's so hard to tell who's really available, who's not. I don't know. There's a lot to be determined, but I'll give you the prototype. Under the radar, not a household name, but's having a really good year. Think about Hobie Milner, right? Hobie Milner is not a household name. There's not probably a lot of people that know about Hobie Milner outside of Arlington and maybe fans from within the division. But if you were trading for Hobie Milner, that's the kind of guy that I think the Rangers should pursue. Not a household name, having a killer year. An all-star season if you're Hobie Milner. Locke, appreciate the gift, my guy. Thank you so much. Helsley, I've kind of cooled a little bit on Helsley. I have. I think that Helsley is having a little bit of an up and down year. You're probably going to have to overpay for him. I'm a little bit hesitant on Helsley. He was the hot name coming into the season, at the beginning of the season. Cardinals are still in a playoff race, so maybe they're going to end up keeping him, but I'm a little bit cooled on Helsley, I would say. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Is it too soon to ask if we're still looking for a bat? I think we should. But I don't know. It depends on if the offense really starts clicking. I still say I don't care what the offense does over the next 3 weeks. I trust certain players on the offense to stay consistent. I don't trust the offense as a whole to stay consistent. And so with that being said, I want to see the Rangers acquire a bat at the deadline if they are in a playoff spot or very close to it. I do not want to see this team have a good couple of weeks and then Fenstermaker and CY decide, you know what, this offense is clicking. We don't need to go at anybody. No. Please don't think that. I'm saying to myself as a front office guy, we need insurance. The last thing we want is to see this offense revert to what it was the first 2-3 months of the season. We have got to get some insurance for this offense. That's what I want to see. We keep going. Let's see here. Austin says, please take the youngster from us. Look, I'm not ready to trade Young unless it is for the right price. We are getting a deal. I don't want to just trade Josh Young for peanuts or for some average mediocre transaction. You've got to kind of wow me, low-key wow me if I'm trading Josh Young. Keep going here. Do you know why we didn't send down Jock? You can't send down Jock because of his veteran status. He's not on a rookie contract. He doesn't have options. Once you're past the rookie contract, you can't get really sent down anymore. You get DFA'd, you get sent to waivers, and then a team has an opportunity to claim you off waivers. So with the vets, you can't DFA. You can't. Landon, appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow, by the way. Look, Chris, yeah, I'm with you. I'm not really a big fan of trading Josh Young unless you get wowed, unless you are getting a huge overpay from the other team. I am not in the mindset you are kind of like in an untouchable mode with Josh Young. He's untouchable. No, he's touchable, but you've got to wow me. You've got to knock my socks off and give me the deal of the century or a really, really good offer. What's your comment here, McJowers? Sorry, man, I'm all over the place here. What's your comment here about Osuna? You get one trade. Who are we giving and who are we getting? Oh, man, that's a great question. Look, I've said this a number of times. I would love for us to get Brendan Donovan from St. Louis. I think Brendan Donovan is kind of like a tier above Osuna's ceiling. I think Brendan Donovan is a great player for St. Louis. Let me give you some Brendan Donovan stats right now and just kind of let you into how well he's been playing this year. Brendan Donovan hitting .293, 91 hits on the year, 31 RBI. He's got an OPS of 788, close to above average. Look, very respectable numbers. This is a guy that puts the ball in play. I think Brendan Donovan would be a guy I'd like to see us go after. It's not a home run, grand slam, swing for the fence, but it's an above average player with, I think a track record of good play. Had a .278 average last year, 759 OPS. This year, had an 800 OPS, was hitting over 300 for the longest time. He's cooled a little bit. I like Brendan Donovan. Look, I don't think that the Rangers, if they go out and make a move, are going to be going nuts. I don't think they're going to go out and get a Pete Alonso. McJowers in Ozuna. I was thinking Osuna from our squad, man. Yeah, Marcell Ozuna could be a guy. He could absolutely be a guy that we go get from the Braves. I would like to think, though, Rangers are probably going to be looking at a number of different pieces. I just think Brendan Donovan is in the wheelhouse. He's not, going to making this huge blockbuster deal, but he's a very solid acquisition. Very solid acquisition. You know what's kind of crazy is they were talking about the Padres on one of the podcasts that I follow. And the Padres are in a really interesting spot right now because they are in a very competitive division. Very competitive division. And if you look at the wild card in the NL, they're just hanging on to a playoff spot. So they are third wild card spot. St. Louis is tied with the Padres. Look, we could go to San Diego and really make the Padres have to sweat out a little bit the trade deadline and the weeks adding up to it. So the Padres, like I said, 46-40. They are in the third playoff spot, tied with St. Louis. San Francisco's right behind them. The Reds are close. The Diamondbacks are close. This is a really big 3-week stretch for San Diego, and this is a big series for them too. So we're going to see some great baseball this weekend. Two teams that really need to win ball games. San Diego's got a better record than us. The NL right now in that wild card race is much more competitive than it is in the AL. I think if the Rangers went and did a number on the Pods this weekend, you could potentially see some Padres players make their way onto the block. Luis Arias, he is a free agent next year. Is he a trade deadline piece? That's another type bat that I wouldn't mind seeing in a Rangers uniform. Luis Arias, again, I don't know where he fits perfectly. I'm kind of a figure it out later guy. Figure it out later. Just get guys in the lineup that can hit. And at this point, I want insurance. I love what the lineup did over the past 2 days. I don't want to see CY and Fenstermaker and Figueroa. I don't want to see all those guys say, wow, we've had 2 good weeks of offense. Let's not go get anybody. No, I want to see this lineup get better at the trade deadline if you're in a playoff spot or very, very close to it. All right, we keep going. Nathan, appreciate the follow, my guy. Thank you so much. Smith at third, I'm a huge fan of Smith at third. I'm a huge fan of Josh Smith at third base. I think that that's what they should be doing. I would like to see Josh Smith at third and then Berger at first. And then you have Josh Smith and Berger occasionally DHing with the primary emphasis on the outfielders getting the DH time. When Jock comes back in the fold, it's going to get really interesting. I'm sure he'll probably take up a lion's share of the DH opportunities. Unless he really starts tanking it or playing terrible, I do think when he comes back, he is going to probably get the main opportunities at DH. That's what I think is the most obvious plan, but it's going to depend on how certain guys are playing. How are certain guys playing? We'll see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting 2 or 3 weeks. There's a lot of hypotheticals we can throw out, a lot of scenarios. I'm very curious, fascinated, actually, by what the Rangers are going to end up doing with the lineup, with guys moving up and down from AAA, with acquisitions at the deadline. This is where it starts getting fun, and you just hope the Rangers, in terms of their play on the field, are up for the task. This gets a lot more fun if you're actually playing winning baseball. And so if you can go to San Diego and take 2 out of 3, including Saturday night when I'll be at the game, Jack Leiter on the bump, I would love it. Absolutely would love it. I'm with you. Isn't it crazy? Brian makes an outstanding comment on YouTube. It's so much more fun after a win because you have so much hope injected into your veins after a Rangers dub, man. You do. You do. After losses, it's like, sell everybody. This freaking sucks. After wins, you're like, who are we buying? Let's go crazy. I love it, man. I love it. It's all a part of being a fan, man. Some people get on me a little bit like, bro, you're all over the place. One day you're putting out a fire reel, this hype reel on Osuna and the offense. The next day you're lighting the team on fire. You know what? We got to go with the ebbs and flows of the season. You call it out when it sucks. You hype it up when it's awesome. That's how we roll. I will say my takes, I feel like, and look, I want to be careful because I painted myself as a humble individual about 30 minutes ago when the show first got cooking. I want to be careful, but our takes on the show, I feel like, continue to bat a very high average. I said it about a week ago, Josh Young, he doesn't look right. Send him down to AAA. What happened? He gets sent down to AAA. Did I want to be right? No. I would have loved for Josh Young to go on a Corey Seager-like tear and avoid AAA. I don't want to be right. But my point in bringing that up is I don't think this is a show just of hot takes, going with the moment, just railing on whatever I think, just off the top of my head. I don't know. I think we have some measured takes that have, by and large, ended up coming true over the course of the season. I don't know what the batting average is, but I think it's over 500 for sure. We keep going. We keep going. Rangers, they weren't messing around against the Orioles, Zach, but let's see how they do in San Diego. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a tough roadie coming up. I'm with you. Schwarber would be one of my, like, if we can't get Kyle Tucker, right? Somebody brought up on TikTok, Schwarber free agent next year. If you miss on Kyle Tucker, he signs with the Cubs, somebody else pays him a boatload, Schwarber would be 1A for me. I would love for us to go get Kyle Schwarber. High on base guy, a lot of power. Love it. Love it. I would absolutely be a fan of us going to get Kyle Schwarber if we cannot get Kyle Tucker. Look, I'm shooting for the stars, y'all. I am shooting for the stars. It happened in 2021. We got Marcus Semien, Corey Seager. There's a lot of money coming off the books. We talked about it. John Gray, Tyler Mahle, probably Adolis, probably Jonah Heim. You've got a number of different salaries coming off the books. You are going to have room to sign somebody big. You're going to have some room to make a big splash next year and stay under the luxury tax. I am very intrigued. The free agent class of next year, how active the Rangers are, they are going to have room to make a big deal. Pitching matchups in San Diego, it's going to be Kumar Rocker on Friday, Jack Leiter on Saturday. That's the game I'll be at. And then it will be Patrick Corbin on Sunday. So it's Rocker, Leiter, Corbs. And then on Monday, it should be DeGrom in Anaheim. And then on Tuesday, it should be Evo in Anaheim as well. There you go. I hope that we can get a couple of wins in San Diego, head up the road to LA, take 2 or 3 out of 4 there, and then you got that big Silver Boot series before the All-Star break. It's going to be awesome, man. Just to give y'all a heads up, once again, we will do a show on Friday night, our usual. Saturday, we will do a short show on the road. I'll give you guys details. Probably only going to be able to go live on one platform. I don't know which one it'll be yet, but I will let you guys know. I know not all of us have every single social media app out there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go multi-stream on Saturday. So I'll give you a heads up. If you're on YouTube, maybe you go over to TikTok. If you're on TikTok, maybe you head over to YouTube. I'll make up my mind and make an announcement on Friday night. But for one night, we might have to just stick with one app just for the sake of simplicity. I'm probably just going to have my phone with me and, you know, maybe a couple of little other equipment pieces, maybe a wireless mic or something, and we'll do 10 or 15 minutes of breakdown, and then we'll be hanging out with the family, enjoying the rest of our time in San Diego. And then I'll be back Monday for the Anaheim, for the Angels show. So that's the plan, man. That's the plan. We will see. We will see. Keep going. Appreciate the gift, ZG. Thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. You're awesome. Yeah, we need these wins. Totally. Need these wins. When is Walcott to AAA going to be announced? I think Walcott probably is going to be up in AAA at the end of the summer, if I had to guess. I think they probably will be there he'll probably be there at the end of the summer. By the way, speaking of AAA, Cole Drake was making his first AAA start tonight. Let's check on Cole Drake. Check and see how our boy did after getting promoted from AA, man. Let's see. Ooh, did he have a rough outing? This score looks a little bit problematic. Let me see here. Uh-oh. Yep, Cole Drake got touched up a little bit in AAA tonight, unfortunately. 3 1/3, 3 earned runs. Looks like Round Rock kicked the ball around a little bit. One of them was unearned. and then 7 hits, 6 Ks. The swing and miss was there for Cole Drake, but a little bit of a rough outing. Josh Young was not in the lineup tonight, by the way. So they're probably giving him a day, get down to Round Rock. I'm sure he'll probably be in there tomorrow. Yeah, look, it's too bad, man. Too bad you're going to miss Walcott. ZG, I would love to be able to see him play in person. I'm probably going to have to wait till he makes it up to the big leagues, but I feel you on that one for sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Josh Young is going to be back sooner rather than later. I would think after the All-Star break. I really would. Hey, special thank you to all of my paid subscribers on TikTok, paid members on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys. And thank you for all the comments today from everybody. The watch time, the likes, the shares, everybody that's followed. I don't take any of that for granted. About a month and a half ago, I started up a really, really cheap subscription package, $2.99 a month. Gets you access to our exclusive Ride on Rangers Discord channel, gets you priority replies in the lives and in the videos as the channel gets bigger and bigger. And like I said, we're growing about 1,000 plus followers a month. So as the show continues to increase in size, we'll definitely make sure all of our paid subscribers members are prioritized in the comments section. But look, if you are thinking about it, if you want to take your support to the next level, I would definitely appreciate you considering hitting that subscribe button right next to the chat. Again, we'll get you into the Discord. We'll make sure you're prioritized in the comment section, all that good stuff. But more than anything, it just goes to help support me and what I'm trying to accomplish here at Ride on Rangers, which is to keep becoming a greater and greater voice in the world of Texas Rangers baseball. And you guys are helping me to be a big part of that. And I am very, very grateful. So look, thank you for considering. Again, if you're on TikTok, subscribe button right on the bottom left, right next to the chat. And then if you are on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post the link in the chat, copy and paste it into a browser of your choice, and we will go from there. Thanks for considering, guys, and thank you for your continued support of me and the channel here at Ride on Rangers. Let's put a bow on tonight's game. So we've talked a lot about a number of different topics. We've highlighted a few people from tonight's game as well, but I definitely want to make sure that we give our flowers to some of the guys that helped get the job done tonight to help secure this series win and really, a season win over the Orioles. Orioles just having a tough year, man. Tough year to be a Baltimore Orioles fan. Look, tonight, though, Josh H. Smith, 3 for 4 on the night. Good for him, man. Good for him. 3 total bases, all singles. Corey Seager, obviously, with the home run tonight. Dead center, almost had 2. Just missed a home run. I think it was in the first inning. Marcus Semien had a bomb tonight. We talked about Marcus. Bro is on fire right now. 3-run bomb. Got the party started. 3-0 for the Rangers. Dolly, 1 for 4. Believe he had a single. Osuna, 2 for 3 with the walk. Osuna had another great game. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Alejandro. I really love Osuna, man. I love that guy. I love what I'm seeing from him. Hasn't looked really over his skis once this year. I just hope he continues to develop. I think he has a very, very bright future. And good to see Jonah Heim going multi-hit today. 2 for 4. No RBI, but had, I think, a double. Almost missed a home run. Went high off the top of the wall. Jake Berger, rough debut, or a rough, I should say, game back for him from the IL. He was 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. McKinney 0 for 3 with the walk. Duran 1 for 4 with the clutch. 2 out, 2 RBI hit. I think Zeke is probably going to start taking a back seat as guys come back from injury. But I think he's played pretty adequately in the opportunities that he's gotten. I definitely have not felt negative vibes from Zeke Duran. If anything, I feel like he's done his job. He's not going to light it up night in and night out, but he's going to give you a solid defense, and I feel like he's put together some solid offensive performances as well. We'll keep going. Hey, Ashley, appreciate that. Look, get back to me after you've seen me. I don't know if you've ever seen me after we've taken an L But look, the vibes are a little bit down after a loss. I'm not going to lie, but I do pride myself on being glass half full mentality as much as I possibly can be. So I appreciate it. Sorry, y'all. My lighting is going a little nuts here at the show. So look, technical difficulties. Yeah, it doesn't hold us down, man. We're good to go. Do I think we're buyers? It all depends, right? Just depends on where we're at with things here in a couple of weeks. This 10-game road trip is going to tell you a lot. This 10-game road trip is going to tell you an awful lot about this team. If they tank this road trip, it's going to be really hard to be a buyer. It's going to be really hard to make the playoffs if this road trip doesn't go well. I have faith that this is going to be a good trip out to California for us, and then we're going to come back to Texas for that Silver Boot Series in Houston and get 2 out of 3. I'm speaking it into existence right now. Killer B, I do think the long-term plan is Osuna takes over for Dolly. I do think that is the long-term plan, but I don't know if it's going to happen at the trade deadline. If the Rangers are killing it, I find it hard to believe that they're going to trade Adolis. I do think in the offseason it's a no-brainer, but if we're in a playoff spot, I really don't think we're going to trade Dolly. We'll see what happens. Beyond the offense, we had Jacob Webb throw in a shutout inning. Nate Eovaldi, great start from him. Only gave up 3 base runners in 5 innings pitched, 5 Ks. Lowers that ERA to 175, a sparkling 175 ERA for Nate Eovaldi. Look, Evo continues to make himself known among the best pitchers in baseball discussion. I know a lot of people just want to hand it to Tarek Skubal. You got DeGrom, you got Evo killing it this year. I am going to continue to be the biggest advocate I can be for this two-headed monster that the Rangers have in Nate Eovaldi and Jacob DeGrom. It is fun watching these guys, and I would highly encourage you to get yourself out to the ballpark whenever one of these guys is pitching. Legit closer, I think that would be great. Again, I don't know if the Rangers are going to go out and spend big on a half-season rental closer, but I think they are going to be in the market for an arm, and hopefully an arm that's had some high-leverage situations thrust upon them this year, but also an arm that has been throwing well and is on a good roll, on a good track. So I don't know how big the Rangers are going to go in terms of name value, but I hope that they go get a guy that is having a crazy good year. All right, let's see what I got. Dane Dunning, by the way, 3 shutout innings. Dunning with the 3.38 ERA on the year. It's a small sample size, but I got a real soft spot for Dane, and I would love to see him get back on track. 2023 Pitcher of the Year for Texas. I just would love to see this guy get back on track. Like I said, I know some people frustrated with Dane. I just got a soft spot for the guy, and I want to see him pitch well. I don't know how much longer he's going to be up with the club, but I would love to have him go on a nice run here. Mark, I'm with you. I've always loved Dane. I don't know what it is. I just like the way he pitches, the way he carries himself, and I think that he would really be a huge asset for Texas to have if he can pitch like he did in 2023 here in 2025. So versatile. You can throw him out of the pen. He can start a game for you. Like I said, y'all, sorry, my ring light is going a little wild. Look, I've told y'all, I'm just being real. This studio, it's in my garage, man, and I got like a cooling unit in here. I've got a ring light, and we do the show very humbly out in our Las Vegas garage, man. So it's a simple setup. Having some issues tonight. Appreciate you guys hanging with it, all right? Yeah, look, Mark, again, so versatile. So versatile. So Dane getting back on track would be huge. We keep going. Yeah, Jack, I'm with you. Look, I've heard many times, if you don't have haters, if you don't have trolls dropping by, you haven't made it quite yet. And I'm not saying we've made it here at Right on Rangers. We're going to keep grinding every single day, bringing great analysis, bringing great entertainment to you guys, the fans, building a solid community here. But you know what? When I get people coming by trolling, hating on me and the show, it just makes me feel good. It's like, all right, we're making it here. We're making a little dent here. I like it. I like it. Jack, look, I would disagree if there's an epic meltdown, and I'll knock on wood right now. If we go something nasty like 2-8, I don't know the Rangers are going to be able to dig out of something like that. Now, if you have a mediocre season or a mediocre 10 games, fine. But I think it could definitely determine what happens at the trade deadline over these next 10 games. I really do. I really do. Yeah, Austin, you're right. It's going to be expiring contracts. You definitely don't want to sell the future for half-season rentals. 100% no on that. 100% no. Prediction on Osuna, I would love to see the guy turn into our everyday right fielder, and I think he can fulfill that role. I really do. I think Osuna can be the everyday guy in right field. Look, I think Rangers fans should love what they're seeing from him. I love what I'm seeing from him. I'd love to see him get to play more every day. It's going to get complicated with Jock coming back, with Wyatt Langford coming back. I love Osuna. Commands the box up there. Very, very good plate discipline. Speed. He's got a cannon out there in the outfield. There's little to not like about Alejandro Osuna. Very little to not like. Maybe he doesn't have as much pop as you'd like. I know he just hit his first big league home run. I don't think he's going to be a 30 home run guy. Prove me wrong, please, Alejandro. Please. But I think he is going to be a 20 to 25 home run guy, giving you somewhere from 80 to 95 RBIs in a given year and giving you great defense with a great arm and speed on the base pass. There's not a lot to not like about this kid. Sorry, we continue to have our difficulties. We're working our way through. Stros win again. Look, I tend not to worry too much about them. They got a huge lead right now. I'm worried about the wild card. And right now, the Rangers are 2 games out of the wild card. 2 games out of a playoff spot. That's just about all I care about. So it's not burning me up. I'd like to see us do well in Houston in a week and a half or in a week here. Week and a half, I guess. But it's not burning me up. Just make the playoffs, Texas. In 2023, we didn't win the division. We won a World Series. Let me say that again. In 2023, we didn't win a division. We won a World Series. Make it to the World Series. It'll all fall in place from there. If Garcia and Semien bats are waking up, the rest of the league's in trouble. Corey Seager's already hot. Alejandro Osuna's coming along. Don't let Texas get hot, and do not let Texas make the playoffs. You let Texas make the playoffs, now you've got the best 1-2 punch in baseball, Jacob deGrom and Nate Eovaldi coming at you in a small game series at a 3 or a 5 game set. Hello. You do not want to see the Texas Rangers in the playoffs. I think that the Rangers can make it. I've said it at the beginning of the year. I think the Rangers could win a wild card round, and I think they can win a divisional round. Can they win an ALCS and make it back to the World Series? That's going to be tough. Do I think they can win 2 series and make it to the ALCS? Yes. Yes, I do. Because of what I just said. DeGrom, Evo. And they've got some other very solid pieces pitching-wise as well. I think it's possible. I really do. I'm not saying they're winning the World Series. Would I be surprised to see them make a deep run and figure it out? No. Has it seemed a little bit hopeless at times with the offense? Yes. But it wouldn't shock me. Wow, how did this team with Jacob deGrom and Nate Eovaldi make a deep run in October? It's not going to shock me. But the offense has to get consistent. Let's not overblow these 2 games against the Orioles. The offense has to be consistent. If they kill it on this road trip, you will hear me say they're back. If they kill it on this road trip, this 10-game roadie, I will be saying they're back. Hudson, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate the gift. You're awesome, buddy. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a very, very curious 10-game stretch here, man. I'm ready for it. Space City, we'll see. We'll see. It doesn't matter. Look, if we beat the Astros in Houston in a week and a half, it'll get downplayed, whatever. We got lucky. Investigate 23, all the BS that you hear. out of some Astros fans. We got some very nice, respectful Astros fans that come hang out. Look, you're not going to be able to win them all over. The Astros are a very quality team this year. They've got a great squad. I'm impressed with them. I don't like them, but I respect them. And I would definitely say it's going to be an interesting last 3 months. I think that Texas and Houston are a lot closer than the records show. It was a great Silver Boot series in Arlington. I think it's going to be another good one in Houston. I really do. Padres, Angels, Astros. Padres, Angels, Astros, Mark. That's who we got coming up. All right. By the way, you look ahead. Let's check out Friday night and what's going on with Kumar Rocker. I don't think Kumar has started against the Padres, so you're probably not going to see a lot of numbers there, if any. Vasquez is pitching for the Padres. He has a 3.84 ERA. Jake Berger is 1 for 3 against him. Nobody else has any other numbers. Vasquez for San Diego. This is the Friday night starter, so we're previewing the game on Friday night. He got lit up by the Reds in his last start. 4 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks. Pitched really well against the Royals on June 22nd, 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Pitched okay against the Dodgers in LA, 5 innings, 3 earned runs. But when you go over the last 3 starts for Vasquez, the Padres' probable starter for Friday night, he has thrown 16 1/3 innings over his last 3 starts, and he's given up 9 runs. Not great. Not great. So I think that the Rangers going to be able to probably put together some good at-bats against this guy. Right-handed pitcher, so we're going to see our right-handed lineup, our righty lineup, if you will, which is great. Don't love the lefty lineup at all. So we're going to get a righty on Friday. Don't know what Saturday and Sunday is going to hold, but Friday night, I like our chances. Rocker has been throwing well of late, too. His last 2 starts, he's only given up, or last 3 starts, Rocker's given up 2 earned runs or less. Has Rocker turned a corner? I don't want to jinx it, but I'm hopeful that he continues his groove. He threw a great game against Seattle. He threw a great game against Pittsburgh. Great game against the White Sox. Hopefully it can translate into an outstanding start on Friday night in San Diego. Rangers sent someone down to AAA. What are my thoughts? My thoughts are good. Josh Young needed a reset down in AAA. Again, thank you to all the paid subscribers and paid members on YouTube and on TikTok. Again, you want to take your support of the show to the next level, consider subscribing. $2.99 a month. Get you in our Discord, exclusive Right on Rangers Discord channel, which has been straight fire really since we started it, man. It's been some ups and downs, clearly, with how the team's been playing, but it's a great group, a very solid community. Would love to have you in it. Subscribe today, and you can get right into that Discord channel. And again, priority replies in the lives, in the comment section of our videos. And if you're on YouTube, once more, post the link for you guys, copy and paste it into a browser of your choice. Thank you for considering. We are going to close things up for tonight. We're going to end on this note. I'll do one last comment check here. Thoughts on Pilar's comments? Let's see, Jack, sorry, but I don't love it. Don't love the timing. Feel like it's a little salty, but he's entitled to his own opinion. It's a free country. I don't think he said anything crazy. I don't even know if any lies were told. I think this team does have a lot of guys that kind of do their own thing. It was like that a little bit in 23 as well. But it's the culture of this team. They won the World Series in 23 doing it. I just don't think it's the right time for Pilar. Don't think it's the right time. What did they put in that pickle juice for Kumar Rocker? Ever since he's had that pickle juice, man, he's been on one. I love it. I love it, man. Yeah, the other Austin, you're right. The other team might have to start banning the pickle juice, man. Dude's been godlike since getting on that pickle juice in that one start against Chicago, I believe, right? Oh, man. Hey, good stuff today, y'all. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody that gave gifts today on the show, man. I really, really appreciate it. Hudson, ZG, locked. Appreciate all the gifts today. You guys are awesome. And everybody else that gave one too. So generous. Thank you for supporting the show. We will be off tomorrow. We'll be putting out some videos tomorrow, but we will be no live tomorrow. Rangers off day. We'll be back Friday night for the Padres opener. We'll be live from the ballpark on Saturday for a shortened Ride on Rangers show. And then Sunday off, traveling, enjoying time with the family. Monday, we'll be back in action for the Angels series. Austin, appreciate the kind words, man. Jack, you as well. All you guys help make this show fun for me, special for me, and all you guys are contributing to making this channel bigger and bigger every day. I don't take any of y'all for granted. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A lot of fun doing these shows after a win, I must say. We're here rain or shine, but the wins are definitely a lot more fun. Thank you again. Hope all of y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday night. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.